east of the sun.
Graduating class of Kutztown University. Please welcome the university's Grand Marshal, Dr. John Vafeus, and Usher Marshals, Dr. Lisa Fry and Dr. Peg Spears. Now entering the field house are the candidates for the graduate degrees. Each of the four colleges is identified by a ceremonial gonfalon carried by a member of the presidential ambassadors. The College of Business gonfalon is being carried by Rafael Diaz, a junior environmental science biology major. The College of Business graduates are led by the Dean, Dr. Ann Carroll, and Dr. Charlie Nando, Associate Dean. The College of Education gonfalon is being carried by Macario Madden, a senior marketing major. The College of Education graduates are led by the Dean, Dr. Rebecca West Burns, and Dr. Thomas Conway, Associate Dean. The College of the Liberal Arts and Sciences Gonfalon is being carried by Zamavezi Mia, a junior biology pre-med major and psychology minor. The College of Liberal Arts and Sciences graduates are led by the Dean, Dr. Lori McMillan, Associate Dean, Dr. Deborah Hoykin, and Assistant Dean, Madeline Anthus. The College of Visual and Performing Arts Gonfalon is being carried by Rafael Diaz. The College of Visual and Performing Arts graduates are led by the Dean, Dr. Bradley Shope, and Associate Dean, Dr. Amy Filer-Wunder. Now entering the fieldhouse are the candidates for doctoral degrees. The Doctor of Education candidates are led by Dr. Catherine McGeehan, Professor, Elementary, Middle Level, Library and Technologies Education. The Doctor of Social Work candidates are led by Dr. Juliana Svistova, Professor, Social Work. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now our honor to present to you the dedicated faculty of Kutztown University. Please notice the colorful regalia worn by the faculty. The color of the lining of the hood represents the university that awarded their degree. The color of the facing of the hood reflects the academic discipline of the wearer's highest degree. Please join me in welcoming our stage party being led by Kutztown University's 12th president, Dr. Kenneth S. Hawkinson, and the provost and vice president for academic affairs, Dr. Lauren Baisden Arnold. The ceremonial university gonfalon is being carried by Macario Madden.
Greetings. I am Dr. Ken Hawkinson, president of Kutztown University, and it's my privilege to welcome you to this evening's ceremony. I'm delighted that all of you, family, friends, faculty, university staff, and especially our newest graduates are here to join us. Please rise if you are able and join Jonathan Lavelli, a senior music major, in singing the national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Jonathan, and you may be seated. On September 15, 1866, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania General Assembly passed legislation to establish an institution of higher learning in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. With the completion of your degrees, you join more than 76,000 alumni who look to the future with confidence because of their educational experience at Kutztown University. Our Council of Trustees set broad policy and direction for the university and give countless hours of dedicated service, wise counsel, and sound guidance. At this time, I would like to recognize the members of our Council of Trustees who are with us this evening. I will ask each to stand as I call their name. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Phillips Armstrong, Secretary of the Council of Trustees. Sandy Green, Robert Grimm, Esquire. Jim Ludlow. Please join me in thanking our trustees for all that they do for us. Kutztown University is proud to permit active duty military personnel to wear their service uniform in lieu of the traditional cap and gown. This evening, we are also recognizing our graduating military service personnel with a special red, white, and blue honor cord in acknowledgement of their service to our country. At this time, I would like to ask all graduating active duty military personnel, student veterans, and all others who have served our country in the military to please stand so that we can thank you for your dedicated service to our nation. Please stand. Thank you so much. Representing the Kutztown University faculty this evening is Grand Marshal Dr. John Vatheus, who carried our ceremonial mace, and Usher Marshals Dr. Lisa Fry and Dr. Peg Spears. Ushers, please stand so that we can thank you for your contribution to this evening's ceremony. And it is now my honor to introduce those individuals who are the heart and soul of this great university. I present to you the faculty of Kutztown University. Faculty, please stand and be recognized. I want to again welcome you all to the spring 2025 graduate commencement ceremony. I am pleased to address the graduate class of 2025 this evening as we recognize and celebrate one of the great accomplishments of your lifetime, earning a graduate degree. Only a small percentage of the American population will have attained the level of education that you all will have attained this evening. Only 13% of our population earn a master's degree, and only 2% will have earned a doctorate. You will rank among the most educated individuals in this country. I often speak to graduate students about the difference between an undergraduate education and a graduate education. I like to speak of a scene from a children's show. Now, how many of you have seen the show Rugrats? Yes. Well, I used to love to watch this show with my son when he was young. There is a character named Angelica. Do you remember Angelica? She is not an angel, but very boastful and full of herself. Well, one day, the children were at the beach, and Angelica, wearing an inner tube, walked carefully to the water, stuck her toe in, and then ran away waving her arms and saying, "I can swim, I can swim." Well, many undergraduates leave school thinking that they can swim, that they know all they need to know to be successful in life. And our undergraduate students have come far in their educational journey. But graduate students quickly learn how little they know. Rather than dipping their toes in the sea of knowledge, they are thrown headfirst into the depths. But they must realize that God throws us into deep waters not to drown us, but to cleanse us. Next to that graduate student will be their professors and mentors who will help them stay afloat and eventually will teach them to swim and to navigate that sea of knowledge so that by the end of their education, they will have found bottom and can rest their feet firmly on the shore. They will then continue their journey in life knowing that they have gone the distance, that they have taken the road less traveled and are better for it. Earning a graduate degree is an invaluable experience that leads to a fulfilled life. It is earned by hard work, by a letting go of self and certainty, and placing one's trust in a professor or a mentor. Through the course of study, a graduate student moves from the role of student to that of colleague with their professor. They are no longer just acquiring knowledge, but creating it through the research they conduct with their mentors. Thoreau said that humility is like darkness. Only through it can one see the stars. Graduate students need to pass through the darkness to learn to swim in the deep waters in order to see the wonder and beauty of the knowledge that exists all around them. Scholar Judith Shapiro, who when speaking about what one should expect from a high level of education said, "You want the inside of your head to be an interesting place to spend the rest of your life." Your graduate education will indeed keep the inside of your head interesting for the rest of your life. And so now, you must strike out on your own. You are now the teachers, mentors, and leaders, and have much to do as you find your place in the world. I have spoken much about gaining knowledge, and this is essential to having an educated and enlightened mind, but you also have a responsibility to do things, to change lives, and to make the world a better place. To do this, you need to turn concepts into action items. Leonardo da Vinci said, "I've been pressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do." I agree. After reasonable deliberation and fact-finding, we must do. And on that note, we have something to do right now to award your well-earned degrees. My very best wishes to you, and I look forward to hearing of your future success. We are honored to have a Kutztown University junior serving as the student representative on the State Board of Governors for the entire state system. He is here with us tonight to give welcoming remarks on behalf of the Board of Governors. Please welcome Board of Governors Representative Mark Handy Fanar.
Good afternoon, students. How's everyone doing today? Woo, a little bit more energy. How's everyone doing today? That's what I love to hear. You know, as a Kutztown student and a member of the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education Board of Governors, I bring greetings on behalf of the board, the chancellor, and the entire state system. You know, it's an honor to spend this time with you to share in your celebration. It's truly a day to celebrate. And in fact, ceremonies like this are going on in many of the sister institutes across the state as well. The Board of Governors takes pride in all Great Pashy schools, which are serving more than 80,000 students, preparing them to be the next generation of Pennsylvania's leaders, thinkers, creators, and more. Today's ceremony highlights our top priority, the success of you, the students. You are why we are here today. Your presence here is not an evidence of your own hard work, but it stands as a testimony to the dedication of all the faculty, all the staff, and others who supported you along your journey. To each and every single of you graduating today, let me offer my most sincere congratulations. Enjoy this moment, your moment. You've earned it. Today, you will join the ranks of 800,000 alumni from across all state system universities, and we are honored to count you amongst them all as well. Remember what you've learned today. Just as important, remember the friendships that you made, and hold on to them throughout your entire lifetime. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mark Handy. This evening, we will have the privilege of having several speakers share words of wisdom with us, including one student and one faculty member, both chosen by students, faculty, and administrators. You can find their full bios for our student and faculty speaker in this evening's printed program, which for our online audience can be found on the KU Commencement website. I am pleased to introduce the student representative of the Kutztown University Spring Graduate Class of 2025. She earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in Psychology from KU in 2022, and this evening graduates with a Master of Science in Counseling Clinical Mental Health. She is the recipient of the Trailblazer Award from the KU Multicultural Center, the Phenomenal Woman Award from the KU Women's Center, is a member of 2 honor societies, and has been a presenter, leader, and organizer for several of KU's high-profile student organizations. Please welcome Jasmine Lord.
Good evening, everyone. President Hawkinson, Provost based in Arnold, Council of Trustee members, esteemed guests, and of course, the wonderful class of 2025. I considered the appropriate speech to say on this day a couple of times before I found my place. I wondered how I could articulate my own feelings in this moment and make a proper inference on how everyone else in this room may feel. Throughout this process, I lost count of the number of times that I picked up my laptop and put it back down. I questioned if I even had the words to properly convey the sentiments that have manifested related to this day. It took months to land on a place that I believe accurately described many of the feelings at hand, and all that felt appropriate was a thank you. Here we are, May 16th, 2025, a day that for many of us seems so far away or perhaps impossible. Take a moment to look around. Think about where you are, the date, time, location, and feeling that you're experiencing right now. The pitter-patter of your heart, recognizing that you've done this. The butterflies that flutter with the disbelief that you're here now. The tingle behind your eyes, holding back the tears of triumph, and while you're at it, take it all in. Take mental note of this very moment, because there's not much that could replicate this feeling, and I say that because I understand. Being a first-generation student, graduating with a master's degree once sounded inconceivable to me. Another dream to add to the list of possibilities curated from thoughts about the future, and I'm sure that I am not alone in that feeling. For many of us, there's not enough words in our language to fairly express our gratitude at this moment. But in writing this graduation speech, I believe I have found some that may offer a glimpse. First, acknowledge your classmates, colleagues, and fellow graduates, those that have knowingly or unknowingly been on this journey with you, those that have faced some of the same obstacles and overcome all of them regardless of how steep they've seemed, the people that celebrated with us on the good days, acted as a shoulder to lean on during the bad days, and lifted our heads back up on the terrible days. Who would have thought that the one student just sitting across the classroom at the start of our programs would somehow become a confidant throughout the years? The person or people whose name you once struggled to remember now hold your hand in celebration and recognition of this achievement as friends. We have built a bond amongst ourselves to unite in this moment, and while our journeys may vary, we have all made it here as one. Know that together we stood, and now we flourish. Second, acknowledge your family, your loved ones, siblings, parents, and partners that may not be able to fathom the impact that they have had on your life. For many of us, we question if we would be here today if not for their encouragement, had it not been for the reminders to keep going and daily check-ins that kept us sane, the nagging texts that we stopped taking for granted when we were too prideful to admit that we were struggling, but thankful that somehow they still knew that we needed them. It takes a village is a proverb. 4 words that may have seemed so inconsequential a few years ago, but now more than ever hold a deeper meaning than we recognized before. This is our village. Everyone in this room has become a part of a legacy, a group that knows only how we made it this far. The long nights we spent finishing a paper or writing a discussion post, the self-doubts in our abilities to complete what once seemed to be unachievable. Those that reminded us that even on the days we didn't believe in ourselves, they believed in it for us. Each person here has impacted a graduate in this room in one way or another, and for that, we thank you. And finally, acknowledge yourself. You're here. We all have dreamt of this day, this moment, this hour, this minute, and this second to say that we did it. In spite of the ups and downs, the twists and turns, the tears we've shed, the mountains we braved, and the scrapes obtained along the way, we're here. For some of us, doing the impossible, the difficult, the unreachable, proving again and again, time after time, that we've earned this. Inspiring a generation that looks like us, that has never seen someone that looks like them in a space such as this. Daring to challenge the odds and prove whoever they are wrong, even if they is sometimes ourselves. Be sure that the gratitude you express today is not short on you. Author and political activist Marianne Williamson once said, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure." There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine as children do, and as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Take a second and give yourself the chance to relish in the fact that this is your doing. You deserve the applause, the accolades, the flowers, the praise, the dedicated social media posts, the special dinner with your loved ones, and the group toast. The joy that you feel right now, it is not in vain. Too often we find ourselves caught up in moving forward that we forget about the now that we should be appreciating. This is our moment. Choose to live in it. Accept the losses and failures and the roads that grew from them despite the thorns. Give yourself enough grace to bask in the knowledge that the shortcomings could not stop you and the accomplishments are yours. Because you deserve that. We deserve that. Some of us are afraid for the future, and some of us are anticipating it. Whichever category you fall under, I ask that you make sure to recognize yourself as extraordinary. Take a deep breath, pat yourself on the back, tell your inner child that you made it, and though the journey may have been rocky, you're standing on Mount Everest. Congratulations, Kutztown University's graduate class of 2025. We've arrived.
Thank you, Jasmine. Graduates, in your personal and professional lives, you will likely join many different organizations. This evening, as part of your commencement, you are being inducted into one of those organizations, the Kutztown University Alumni Association. Please join me in welcoming Rebecca Donahue, graduate class of 2024, and the Associate Director of Athletic Advancement for the Kutztown University
Greetings to the class of 2025, President Hawkinson, distinguished guest, faculty, staff, students, and families. It is a privilege to be here today. My name is Rebecca Donahue, and I am a proud alumna of the 2024 Student Affairs in Higher Education Graduate Program. I see you. On behalf of more than 76,000 living Kutztown alumni worldwide, congratulations. We join your families and friends in celebrating the accomplishments, successes, and resiliency that it took for you to reach this milestone. When I came to KU, I did not realize how extraordinary my university experience would be. I always knew I wanted to pursue graduate studies after earning my BFA in 2019, but like many of you, COVID forced me to pause and rethink my path. A pivotal call with Dr. Diane Elliott led me to the Student Affairs and Higher Education program at KU, where I found not only academic growth, but a sense of community and support that shaped both my professional and personal journey. Thank you to the mentorship of Dr. Elliott and Dr. Hyatt, I was equipped with the tools and the confidence to carry on with my role as Associate Director of Athletic Advancement here at the KU Foundation. And that same support is what fuels my drive to support KU. As you chart your course, trust that Kutztown University has given you the tools and experience to conquer any challenges. Your journey doesn't have to end here. It's only the beginning. Hold on to the relationships you've built and the support that you carried this far. Stay connected with us at the Kutztown University Foundation. Your membership in the Alumni Association is free, and it starts today. As our newest members, I encourage you to return for special events like Homecoming and Spring Alumni Weekend, or participate in volunteer opportunities to help students follow in your footsteps. Whether it's finding KU graduates nearby, engaging online, or giving back in your own way, you have the power to strengthen your Golden Bear network and shape its future. Welcome to the KU alumni family. Our network is diverse, robust, and grows ever stronger with your presence. Congratulations, and together, we're golden.
Thank you, Rebecca. It is now my honor and privilege to ask Phillips Armstrong, Secretary of the Kutztown University Council of Trustees and a two-time Kutztown University alumnus, to provide greetings on behalf of the Council of Trustees and to introduce our faculty speaker.
Good evening. Wow, you made it. So I'm here to say, as Secretary of the Council of Trustees and alumnus, how proud we are, and congratulations for you and your families to receive this advanced degree from Kutztown University. I know this great milestone will be a tremendous benefit to your future endeavors and the Kutztown University as you represent in society. And I have to say, on a personal note, it was 50 years ago exactly that I received my graduate degree here. And it does work. Okay. It does change your life, so I can say that personally. But it is my great honor this evening to introduce the faculty speaker, Dr. Edward Hanna. Dr. Hanna is an associate professor of social work here at KU and has been with the university since 2005. He has more than a half a century of experience. Boy, I know that feeling, don't I? Yeah. A half a century of experience in social work field, including serving as CEO of a mental health provider and managing his own private practice. A Vietnam veteran, which, by the way, thank you too, definitely. Thank you. Dr. Hanna created cognitive emotional methodology for critical thinking and has served as an expert on that subject and many others in the United States and abroad. After graduating from high school in Boston, Dr. Hannah earned a bachelor's from Colby College in Maine and a master's and doctorate of social work from the University of Pennsylvania. Please welcome tonight our faculty speaker, Dr. Edward Hannah.
Thank you and good evening. President Hawkinson, Provost Arnold, members of the Council of Trustees, speakers, faculty and staff, my colleagues, parents, families, and friends, and especially all of the graduating candidates for the KU graduating class of 2025. Congratulations. You're why we're here tonight, by the way, and you're why we're here every day, right? So you understand that. I've been asked to say a few words about my journey, and I was thinking about that and thinking that, well, maybe there's something in there that's important that you might want to hear. And then I realized, it works out that I get about a minute per decade. So fortunately, I only am going to be 76 in August, so you won't be that long. But I'd like you to focus on two things. One thing is I would like you, there's an age-old question, and you've heard this before, but I'm going to give a little twist later about this. What's more important, achieving your goals or the journey, right? Some of you can sort of process that a little bit right now, right? Your goal. You've reached a goal, but what's been more important? That'll sink in later. When I was thinking about going back to graduate school and getting my doctorate degree, one of the things that I was really interested and curious about was the construct of difference, what difference is, what it is, and phenomenologically, what is difference? So already, I'm a little weird. So, but I couldn't get off it, and I want to say something that's going to frame what I'm going to talk about, report to you tonight. It comes from Gregory Bateson, an anthropologist who was married to Margaret Mead, by the way, and it's in his book, Mind and Nature. And he said, this is a paraphrase, information is any difference that makes a difference. Everything else is just noise. Let that wrap around a little bit, because it has many levels. So, let's begin. My bio, if you got to read it, and you should because it'll save you about 12 minutes here, is deceptive. Prep school in Boston, elite Maine liberal arts college, UPenn, whoa. So you might get a sense of who I am. You don't get any sense of who I am from that, or where I come from. So I'm going to share a little bit about that and maybe point out some notable events. And as I'm going through this, I hope that you'll start to notice something that's going on there. Something that's going on there. But it started a little differently than it sounds. I was born the fourth of four males. My two oldest brothers, 11 years older than me and 10 years older than me, had a different father than I do. Neither of my parents graduated, got born beyond 8th grade. They were workers, poor. My father died when I was 11. My mother was permanently disabled. I spent most of my formative years in foster homes, group foster homes, individual foster homes. So when we're thinking about it from Maslow's point of view, I was right at that base level, food, clothing, shelter. And there was a while there, even in college when I was homeless. Some of you, this isn't a competition. There are many people in the crowd here that this may apply to. I was the first person, my next older brother graduated from college after I did, even though he was 5 years older than I was. But that's because of where we went to prep school. Oh yeah, that prep school, Thompson Academy in Boston. Yes, it's on Thompson Island. It actually was originally called the Boston School for Indigent Children, Indigent Boys, and was later changed to the Farm and Trade School. So in Stevens' home, where I spent some time for boys in Swansea, Massachusetts, I remember in 4th grade, I was walking around. I really didn't have much of a sense of myself. Of course, in 4th grade, who did? But, in terms of where I belonged. And I remember saying one time something to a teacher, and he said, Eddie, that's pretty profound. I go like, I have no idea what he just said. So I went and looked it up. And from that day forward, I went and looked everything up. everything. The feeling that that gave to a 4-year-old, for a 4th grader, was incredible. So that was punctuated. Something that was important there. It made a difference. It was a difference that made a difference to me. And later on, when I went to 7th grade, I was still at Stevens Home. They put us in public schools. They gave me a test, and they told me, you know, forget about college. We're putting you in the lowest level, 7th grade, 7.5. You know, do something in the trades or something. You know what? That gave me a sense of direction because my oldest brother was an electrician. Maybe I'll be an electrician like my oldest brother. It gave me a sense. Oh, by the way, we never lived together, any of us. We always loved each other. We cared about each other. It didn't matter that they were older than me. My 11 years older, 10 years older, 5 years older, and oops, right? So that's what happened. But in any case, 2 of my brothers went to that prep school, which was changed to the Farm and Trade School. And when I got there in 8th grade, they decided to add a college curriculum. Now, my 7th grade teacher, Mr. Eskovitz, and that just came to me, boy, so it's very meaningful, said, don't listen to them. You can do whatever you want to do. And so in the Thompson Academy college curriculum, I stayed there. I was there for 5 years. I became the valedictorian of the largest graduating class in the school's history, 21. There were 21. And so I had a little bit of what they called imposter syndrome because I've been sneaking through here, right? Is anybody going to catch on that I'm really not that smart? Is anybody going to catch on, to all that stuff? So I applied to Colby College in Waterville, Maine, like top 20, whatever, and my fair SATs, valedictorian, what the heck. I got admitted. I suspected at the time because I meet their criteria for being so different than their normal graduate that I would add some difference to their population. So I got into that. They own their own ski slope, etc. I don't know how to ski. I couldn't afford skis. So, but it was an interesting experience. Very rough, going from a 5-year school for boys on an island in Boston to a co-ed liberal arts college in Maine. That was a real weird thing, and I wasn't ready for that too well. But in the freshman year, my English composition teacher made me come to his he asked me to come to his office for an hour a week the whole semester, and he taught me how to write. Okay, another difference that makes a difference, right? So all that was going on, and when I was in college, I didn't have any sense of the future, so I thought, well, there's a war going on, I could get drafted, I think I'll join Air Force ROTC. And so I did. So at least I had something to do after college because I had no idea. I switched my major from history to sociology, whatever. I was very interested in that stuff. But I went into the Air Force. When I got into the Air Force, I was an officer. I was at Biloxi, Mississippi during the summer. I had one wool uniform. That's what I had. So that was scratch and push all the way. But what happened is I got transferred to Northern Maine, to a bomber squadron. I eventually became promoted to being the Drug and Alcohol Rehabilitation Education Officer for the Air Force Base. Because there was a colonel and a major that applied for it, and I was a second lieutenant, but I had a degree in sociology. Pretend, imposter, but I got in there, and I did that. They sent me all around the United States to get educated. I was taking graduate counseling courses and counseling psych. That's what I was going to do, get a PsyD. And then I met a major at the Air Force Base who was a clinical social worker who was doing marital therapy. And he told me all about social work and what it was about. Now, given my background, I may have had a different kind of relationship with social workers. It wasn't bad, but I was indifferent because social workers just did that stuff. And I found out they do a lot more than that stuff. So I decided with my new resume, which was pretty impressive, I applied to Penn and I got in. So that goes on and on and on. And I'm not going to go on anymore. I just wanted to give you some background and dissuade you from any thoughts that I come from a different kind of culture. So let's go over that a bit, those differences that made a difference in that. The availability of resources that otherwise I wouldn't have access to, right? And also some teaching about how to utilize those resources. Opportunities I didn't create them, they just happened by people. People made those things happen. Development of awareness of self and other, connection to others, structure, purpose, curiosity, a sense of competence of self and of others, all those things, recognition, encouragement, all those things that make us human, I got from other people. Those are differences that made a difference. And I can share with you that while I skipped all the ACEs part for you because that's not this kind of celebration, right? But there were lots of things that helped me. Things that I learned. I learned that regret, unless it's morally corrective, is poor building material for the future, right? I learned to think proactively and positively about things. Motivational thinking, motivational attitude. And I saw this from Amanda Gorman's Call Us What We Carry, very different context, but still applicable. For it's our grief that gives us our gratitude. Shows us how to find hope if ever we lose it. So ensure that this ache wasn't endured in vain. Do not ignore the pain. Give it purpose. Use it. Find the purpose in it. So, like many students I'll see tomorrow and maybe tonight, I was the first person in my family to get a degree. That was not a sense, I didn't think about that. I was happy that they contributed to that. I was happy that I could be grateful for that. That sense of gratefulness also makes us feel closer to each other. Now, I'm a social constructionist. My theoretical background is in that. And I'd like to say something that I.W. Thomas said. Everything that has meaning to us is socially constructed. Everything we're doing today is socially constructed. Everything we're feeling today, here, everything we feel, it's real to us. The closeness, the celebration, the cheer, it's all real. It's socially constructed. The meaning of it is socially constructed. But we also know that there's this sense that if we believe something to be true, we act on it as if it's true, then it becomes true in its consequences. And that can be positive or negative. So we also have the capacity for that. And it's important to be able to tell the difference. I learned that growing up. I learned that probably sometime between my 4th and 12th grades. Okay? So we have to value those things that are important to us, those differences that make a difference to us. And as I was going through my development, I hope that you also spotted the movement from Maslow's lower end to Maslow's higher end. As we move from, food, shelter, and clothing to the realization of choice, a sense of meaning and purpose, the development of empathy and gratitude, and forgiveness of self and to forgiveness of others, and how that relates to our own developmental growth and our ability to make a difference to other people. Murray Bowen, who is the creator of multi-generational family systems theory, was once asked in the context of hospice, how would you describe a successful death? And he said, the same way I would describe a successful life. To know that you have loved and that you have been loved. So I set aside and thought about this and thought, I don't have tons of money, but I'm a very rich person. And during this journey, I was married. I am married. I have two lovely children, John and Erin. I love them. They love me. There are lots of people I love. I love my students, and they know that. But the way I try to demonstrate my love is trying to be as competent as possible, because I got a lot, and now I've got a lot to give, and I'm so grateful that I have the ability to give that. So we go to the words of Abraham Maslow himself. Higher than self-actualization is the state of transcendence. And transcendence refers to the very highest and most inclusive or holistic levels of human consciousness, behaving and relating as ends rather than means to oneself, to significant others, to human beings in general, to other species, to nature, and to the cosmos. You know, perspective is also important, and putting things in perspective and being able to reframe things. The world is calculated to be about 4.5 billion years old. Human beings arrived about a second ago in that time frame. 99% of all the species that ever existed on this earth are extinct, yet we're all it. We're it, we're it, we're the center. We need that, though, to survive. We need that. If we don't have that, we'll dwindle a lot faster. We need that, but we need to balance it and regulate it in a value system that matches the demands of the universe upon us, right? We need that. So I could go on and on. I'll save that for the movie. I just want to say that the last great opportunity I had in my career, my third career is in education, was afforded to me also by resources, by connections, by relationships. I started my doctoral program with my colleagues, Dr. John Vafeas and Dr. Barthia Boa at Penn. I was part-time, they were full-time. I was working full-time as I was trying to get this done. So I graduated much later than them. And then years later, I bumped into them. They're both here today. And they invited me to join the faculty here. The difference that made a difference. So most of all, what I have to thank is the realization that the most important difference that I had was my education, with people helping me along the way. The most important thing you have, and hopefully you recognize that, is your education and where it can take you. It can take you up. It still is the great equalizer. It's dwindling, it's being dumbed down, but it's really important. Hold on to it, grasp it. It will rise you up, and rise up with it and make a difference. All I know, I have learned from others, everyone, from my students, every client I've ever had. I'm truly grateful that I have learned how to share that with others in a meaningful and purposeful way that provided the opportunities for hope for my many, many clients. So, you know, tonight, you're young. So go set the world on fire. You can burn brighter than the sun. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I now call upon Dr. Lauren Baston Arnold, our Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, to present the candidates for degrees in the class of 2025.
On behalf of the faculty, I am honored to celebrate the culmination of your graduate studies at Kutztown University. I wish you all success in your personal and professional lives. You are our ambassadors to the world. People will learn about or become better acquainted with Kutztown University through you. Show people that students who attend Kutztown are impressive individuals who will make a difference in the world. We know that you'll make us proud. We'll begin shortly with the awarding of the doctoral degrees, followed by the awarding of the master's degrees. This evening marks a wonderful occasion in the lives of your children, siblings, friends, and partners. We ask that you honor your loved ones by maintaining the dignity of the ceremony that celebrates their accomplishments. Please allow all the names to be heard as they're announced. Dr. Hawkinson will now join me to confer our doctoral degrees.
The doctorate is an academic degree that indicates the highest level of academic achievement. The attainment of this degree requires years of intense study, sacrifice, and commitment. I'm delighted to now confer degrees to our graduates of the Doctor of Education and the Doctor of Social Work programs.
Will the candidates for the Doctor of Education and Doctor of Social Work please rise? President Hawkinson, it is my privilege to present to you the candidates who have completed the requirements for the Doctor of Education in the College of Education and the candidates who have completed the requirements for the Doctor of Social Work in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences.
As presented by the Provost and upon the recommendation of the faculty and the approval of the Council of Trustees and by the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the state system of higher education, I do now confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Social Work, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
Doctor of Education graduates will be released first and will proceed across the stage to receive their doctoral hoods. Doctor of Education graduates will be announced by Program Director Dr. Catherine McGeehan, who will also acknowledge the graduate's dissertation chair and the title of the dissertation. Each graduate's dissertation chair will join Dr. Hawkinson in hooding the graduates.
Dr. Brent Erb. The title of Brent's dissertation is Environmental Education Professionals and School Counselors, Collaboration for Engaging the Conservation and Natural Resources Workforce of the Next Generation. Brent's dissertation chair is Dr. Denise Bosler. Dr. Casey Horvath. The title of Casey's dissertation is The Use of Evidence-Based Practices in General Education Classrooms, a Comparison of Teacher Perception and Implementation. Casey's chair is Dr. Kathleen Stamfa. Dr. Kathleen K. Brad. The title of Dr. Brad's dissertation is Digital versus Non-Digital Interventions, a study of intervention types to reach fluency in operations with integers in 7th grade math. Katie's dissertation chair is Dr. Kathleen Stamfa. Dr. Cheryl L. Bradley. The title of Cheryl's dissertation is Changing Trajectory, an academic recovery program for first-year students at risk of non-continuation at a four-year public university. Cheryl's dissertation chair is Dr. Kathleen Stamfa. Dr. Catherine W. Rosignola. The title of Catherine's dissertation is Cultural Funds of Knowledge in Mathematics. Catherine's dissertation chair is Dr. Kathleen Stamfa. Dr. Melissa Lynn Routson. The title of Melissa's dissertation is You Were Here, Teachers' Perceptions of Change in Efficacy and Leadership Through Professional Learning Communities. Melissa's dissertation chair is Dr. Kathleen Stamfa. Dr. Katie Ann Monahan. The title of Katie's dissertation is Concerned About Title Reducing Barriers to Entry, Enhancing Inclusivity and Engagement in Elementary School Extracurricular Programs. Katie's dissertation chair is Dr. Andrew Minus. Dr. Lauren Susan McNeil. The title of Lauren's dissertation is The Causes and Effects of Procuring a Culturally Relevant and Sustaining Educational Pedagogy. Lauren's dissertation chair is Dr. Andrew Minus. Dr. Patricia Majabi. The title of Patricia's dissertation is Persistence, Mentorship, and Educational Achievement, Exploring the DACA Student Experience. Patricia's dissertation chair is Dr. Andrew Minus. Dr. Dawn Riley Lobner. The title of Dawn's dissertation is Honoring Home Language and Culture, Supporting Teachers of Multilingual Learners in Social Studies Classes. Dawn's dissertation chair is Dr. Andrew Minus.
Doctor of Social Work graduates will now be released and will proceed across the stage to receive their doctoral hoods. Doctor of Social Work graduates will be announced by Program Director Dr. Juliana Svistova, who will also acknowledge the graduate's dissertation chair and the title of the dissertation. Each graduate's dissertation chair will join Dr. Hawkinson in hooding the graduates.
Good evening, everybody. I just wanted to say that the department is really proud to recognize that it has been 10 years of the DSW program. This year, it's a decade. Thank you. It is my honor to announce the Doctor of Social Work graduates. Dr. Brent Anthony Deisel. Dissertation title, A Phenomenological Study of Licensed Social Workers, Conceptualization of Shame in Adolescents with Substance Abuse Disorders. Chair, Dr. Edward Hanna. Dr. Alicia Lee Bain McKinney. Dissertation title, The Intersection of Shame and Trauma in Survivors of Child Sex Trafficking. Chair, Dr. Yashoda Sharma. Dr. Jennifer Hoffa, dissertation title, Anything and Everything, an analysis of role ambiguity in Pennsylvania school social work. Chair, Dr. Stephen Stoffler. Dr. Kyle Edward McGee, dissertation title, Burnout Among Social Workers in Integrated Care. Dissertation chair, Dr. Barth Yeboah. Dr. Alice Carol Fisher, dissertation titled Engagement in Generalist Social Work Practice, Exploring Conceptual Theory and Textbook Pedagogy. Dissertation chair is Dr. Edward Hanna, but Alice will be hooded by her mother, Dr. Janice Gasker.
Dr. Tessa Palmer. Dissertation title, A Qualitative Exploration of the Incorporation of Nature into Multi-Level Social Work Practice. Her dissertation chair is Dr. Juliana Spistova. Dr. Janine Marie Spicer. Dissertation title, Guided by a Global Perspective, the Global Teaching Practices of Social Work Faculty. Chair, Dr. Juliana Spistova. As our final doctoral graduate leaves the stage, we ask the audience to please direct your attention to this year's class of graduates in front of the stage, who will be introduced as doctors for the first time by President Hawkinson. Please hold your applause until all the candidates have been introduced.
Will the following candidates stand when I call your name and face the audience? Please remain standing until all the candidates have been announced. Dr. Brent Anthony Basel, Dr. Alicia Lee Boehm McKinney, Dr. Alice Carol Fisher, Dr. Jennifer L. Hoffa, Dr. Kyle Edward McGee, Dr. Tessa Palmer, Dr. Janine Marie Spicer, Dr. Kathleen K. Brad, Dr. Cheryl L. Bratley, Dr. Brent Michael Erb, Dr. Casey L. Horvath, Dr. Dawn Riley Labnor, Dr. Lauren Susan McNeil, Dr. Patricia Majabi, Dr. Katie Ann Monahan, Dr. Catherine W. Roseno Lowe, Dr. Melissa Lynn Routson. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the distinguished Kutztown University doctoral degree recipients. You may be seated.
Now for the presentation of our master's candidates. The deans of the respective colleges will announce the candidates and present each in turn to the president, who will hand them their long-awaited diploma. Ben Trout, registrar, and his staff will hand the diplomas to the president to present to the graduates. All candidates for degrees and all associated honors and distinctions are announced based on the candidate's academic career through this spring semester. The actual awarding of the degree and any associated honors and distinctions rests on the validation of coursework from the final semester of study, which concluded today. A few of our candidates this evening made more progress than they had anticipated and finished the requirements for the degree after the commencement program went to press. Although their names do not appear in the program, they will be announced with those of their classmates. Again, please allow all the names to be heard as they are announced. Graduate students will be named by each dean and will be hooded by Dr. Carl Shapiris, Dean, Graduate Studies. Dr. Ann Carroll, Dean, associated by Dr. Chali Nando, Associate Dean, will announce the candidates of the College of Business.
I invite the students earning master's degrees from the College of Business to please come forward to the stage. Abder Guzman Sanchez. Vanessa Riquelme. Katie R. Barker. Elvis Kwasi Gigiorno. Eric Thomas Shimcannon. Timothy Scott Lias. Jenna Lynn Blesson. Abigail Christine Hearn. Jillian Ashley Bookman. Gabriel Willis Gipley. Sarah Gatehouse. Mia Elizabeth Kepler. Christine May Sunshine Castro. Jacob Wolf. Joseph Jardine. President Hawkinson, Provost Baisden Arnold, and honored guests, on behalf of the faculty of the college, it is my great pleasure to present the May 2025 graduating class of the College of Business at Kutztown University. Congratulations to all our graduates.
Dr. Rebecca West Burns, Dean, assisted by Dr. Thomas Conway, Associate Dean, will announce the candidates of the College of Education.
I invite the students earning master's degrees from the College of Education to come to the stage. Jasmine Vivian Lord. Brooke Lee Zellner. Jessica Lee Gable. Kayla S.V. Deal. Alexia Catherine Seeger. Elizabeth Junlei Orr. Margaret Thayer Williams. Kwamir Terrell Francis. Jalen Ariel Bolt. Portia Espino Durden. McKenna Elizabeth Yob. Kirsten Ann Bayer. Logan Andrew Crossley. Caitlin Cressley. Jacob Thomas Behringer. Mackenzie Barlett. Ana Lisa Sulivera. Rebecca Doherty. Jessica Marie Smith. Erica Lynn Nemitz. Aiden Eckert Zawadi. Sadie Grace Doss. Mandy Shee. Charles R. Bechtel. Linda Ifechukwu Anwubuya. Kevin Terrace. Michael Albert Brenneman. Jeff Teneo. Jessica Philpy. Mackenzie William Farr. Roan Inish Lynch. Rhiannon Lee Whitty. Jacqueline E. Pizzico. Gabriela Nicole Asensio. Danielle Green. Tina Sankowitz. Stephanie Rinker. Emily Louise Zamanian. Stephanie Ann Mauser. Katrina Susan Kraus. Francesca Yvette Strickler. Elizabeth Hutchinson. Maddox Dario Evans. Emily Rose Golia. Jessica Lynn Mealy. Jacqueline Elizabeth Mealy. Lauren McCall-Smith Hirsch. Desiree Lynn Rossi. Taya Miller. Madison C. Guerreri. Jennifer Hunter. Catherine Rose Perner. Samantha Ann Wagner. Gianna Marie Augusti. Daniel Rutt. Michael John Sangerardi. James Woodrow Holmes, Jr. Lakshmi Nair Kanagatu. Annie Marin Nixon. Cooper Donovan Hallman. Jumila Lizette Risby. Caitlin Ann Mercando. John Xavier Patridge. Kristen R. Shirey. Nicholas Francis Garofalo. Emma Elizabeth Kramer. Emily Brattel. Mariali Valle. Lucrezia Maldonado Figueroa. Joshua Goff Haroff. Samantha Lynn Sawyer. Wathik Hall. Christopher Todd Boucher. Avery Gale Pinnell. Adam Clayton Moyer. Autumn Rain Randall. Samantha Lynn Diadamo. Corey Devin Parrish. Cassandra Ann Bocardi. Kristen J. Blundy. Brianna Elliott. Juliana Jane Rose. President Hawkinson, Provost Basin honored, and honored guests. On behalf of the faculty of the college, it is my great pleasure to present the May 2025 graduating class of the College of Education at Kutztown University. Congratulations to all.
Dr. Lori McMillan, Dean, assisted by Dr. Deborah Hokian, Associate Dean, will announce the candidates of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences.
I invite students earning master's degrees from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences to the stage. Sierra Jean Anna Abrachinsky. Corey Williams. Sarose Conta. Philip Williams Apia Ajay. Noah Kalachi. Soriana Olya Duda. Delijah J. Joseph. Giovanni Angel de Jesus. Michael Nanu. Kate Elizabeth Geist. Chelsea Buffalo. Roberta Jean Eretz. Jasmine Denise Morales. Caitlin Michelle Hoover. Amanda Rose Tizanko. Ivory Sutton Sharp. Stephanie Walbert. Ricky Dansberger. Anju Gendy. Christopher Lee Cohen. Patrick Perrin. Danielle Francis Del Priori. Kai Leo Castro. Sarah Kreidler. Isabella Grace Hershey. Samantha Lauren Kohanek. Caitlin Marie Carone. Karen Brown. Anna Nargang. Grace Victoria Patton. Amber Marie Fuchetto. Kimberly Andros. Maken Kichi Ozaki Souza. Luz Dabo. Nathan Machwale Mwenza. Isaiah Thomas Rivas. Alex Suanna Buskirk. Kristen Ann Matzik. Laura H. Stout. Lisa Jean Tumbleson. Nicole Elizabeth Shaler. Tara K. Maloney. Emily Susan Hain. President Hawkinson, Provost based in Arnold, and honored guests, on behalf of the faculty of the college, it is my great pleasure to present the May graduating class of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences at Kutztown University. Congrats to all our graduates.
Dr. Bradley Shope, Dean, assisted by Dr. Amy Filer-Wunder, Associate Dean, will announce the candidates of the College of Visual and Performing Arts.
Students earning master's degrees from the College of Visual and Performing Arts. Kaylee Elizabeth Warner. David Michael Lescalet. Alicia Marie Perez. Kara M. Johnson. Laura E. Byerly White. Melissa Jang. Mariana Elizabeth El Reyes. Alicia Marie Glenn. Mara Rose Phelan. Cynthia Jones Grape. Layla J. Almudarib. Emma Nicole Ryan. Erin Lane Rosetto. Jocelyn W. Belisle. Andrea Rose Rampula. Bailey Ann Faisal. Jerry D. Holderer. Catherine Amanda Cruz. President Hawkinson, Provost Basden Arnold, and honored guests, on behalf of the college, it is my great pleasure to present the May 2025 graduating class of the College of Visual Performing Arts at Kutztown University. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the master's degree please stand? President Hawkinson, I'm pleased to present for the degree of Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Library Science, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science, Master of Social Work, those candidates who have completed all requirements for the specific and appropriate degree named, and to whom the award of the degree has been recommended by the faculty and the Council of Trustees.
As presented by the Provost, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the approval of the Council of Trustees, and by the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the state system of higher education, I do now confer upon each of you the degree of Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Library Science, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science, Master of Social Work, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
Will the master's degree candidate graduates please be seated? Congratulations.
I want to recognize the many family members and friends who are here this evening to celebrate this great achievement with you. Would all parents, spouses, relatives, and friends of the graduates please stand and let us recognize you for the important contributions you have made in support of our graduates. You may be seated. I wish to thank all who have worked so hard to make this commencement exercise a success. The administrators, faculty, and staff who helped plan and organize the event, and the ushers, custodial, grounds, and labor crews who made it happen, and to members of the Department of Cinema, Television, and Media Production for allowing us to broadcast the ceremony to friends and relatives around the world. Graduates, we are proud of you and join you in celebrating your success. This evening you received a hood to signify the receipt of an advanced degree. Today signifies a new beginning for each of our graduates. In addition to earning the degrees conferred upon you, you have earned the right to be associated with a very special group of individuals. You can now call yourselves graduate alumni of Kutztown University. I wish you all the best as you go into your new lives as graduates of this great institution. And now, on a personal note, as many of you may be aware, last August I announced my intent to retire, effective this July. My journey in higher education began as a freshman in college over 50 years ago. Something about 50 tonight. But the high point of those 50 years was in 2015 with my arrival here at Kutztown University. Being president of KU has been an amazing gift, a gift totally unexpected. Perhaps this is why it has been so sweet. I came filled with idealism and a desire to share a lifetime of experience and knowledge with this institution and community. That idealism still stands strong. And I like to think that much good has been accomplished in these last 10 years. But there is a time for every season, and it is time to pass this wonderful gift to someone else. I can't thank enough the many people who have helped and supported me over the last decade. My vice presidents and other administrators and staff, my wonderful office team, our faculty, the chancellor and state system personnel, my fellow presidents, our council of trustees and board of governors, the mayor and local community members, the amazing and generous alumni and friends of the university, legislators and civic leaders, my wonderful wife, Anne Marie. Anne Marie, will you please stand? And, of course, our students. It has been all about the students. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. So as you depart this evening, you have our best wishes for a safe drive home and a long, productive, and exciting life. I ask the graduates to please allow the platform committee and faculty to recess before them, and we request that guests please remain seated until the marshals have released all graduates for the recessional. As you now go into the future, remember, most of us spend a lot of time dreaming of the future, never realizing that a little bit of it arrives each day. And on that note, I hope you enjoy your passage into the future. Be sure to occasionally stop and enjoy the view, but stay focused and don't linger too long. You have a long path still before you and much to do. You have honored us by choosing this great university, and it is our hope that we have repaid your trust in us with a quality education and a meaningful experience here at Kutztown University. Congratulations and best wishes on your future endeavors. Please rise if you are able and join Jonathan Lavelli in singing the alma mater. The words are printed on the last page of your commencement program.
Where stately trees are bending, where nature's glories shine, and loveliness unending in beauty rare combine. There rise the Kutztown towers, and there the college stands, the wellspring of our powers, the shrine our love command. And we will ever love her and live to spread her fame. Our life shall add new luster unto her glorious name. As guardians of her new day, our work will ever be to labor so that she may achieve her destiny.